Hi everyone, I'm Jason with the All Things Open team. I'm here with Ross. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ross. I'm head of words and pictures at Flox, and I'm an open source guy. I do open source startup work.
Perfect. What's Flox? I don't even know what it is. Let's go.
So Flox is a new tool. It's a developer environment manager, and you can use it to create developer environments that you can then check in with your code, and other people can use to be working in the same environment that you are. So for example, if I have a bunch of libraries or Node or ImageMagick or whatever, anything I would use Homebrew or apt or RPM to install, I can use Flox instead, and it's virtual. Instead of installing to my system, it installs into virtual environments. So it's kind of like a Python VM, but it has everything that Homebrew has, and it works everywhere, Linux, Mac, everywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What problem does it actually solve for developers?
So one problem that it solves is that it's really hard to share your environment with somebody else. If for example, I go to join a new project and I read the README and there's 1,000 steps. What if I follow them slightly differently than somebody else did, and then I file a bug? Now the whole community is sitting there trying to figure out how to solve that bug that maybe is just a result of a different configuration. Another problem is that time it takes to get started in a new open source project, it can be expansive, and so it's really nice to be able to git clone and Flox activate, and you have the same thing, and you can be more consistent. It's also really good to be able to track all that stuff with your repo.
Got it. Well, is Flox open source?
Flox, the tool, the CLI is open source. Right now, the 120,000 packages that you install from are in a catalog that's a service, but the Flox tool is open source.
And so is there an upstream component to this?
There is, actually. The upstream component is Nix. The reason that we're able to build all this stuff we're able to build is because of a 20-year-old open source project called Nix, which is a build system and packaging system. It's kind of amazing. If you can figure out how, in the Nix language, to express your build, then Nix will do that build once, and you never have to do it again, no matter where you are. But it's a really complicated system to learn, Nix. It's not the most easy thing to learn. It's kind of deep packaging plumbing, and it's been around for 20 years, so there's been all these different waves of innovation, and it's not really one thing, it's like a whole thing. And so we're trying to figure out how to do for we're trying to figure out how to do for Nix what Docker did for C groups and all these other things. Put really nice handles on it, good sharing mechanisms, and help the whole world discover what Nix people have known for 20 years.
Got it, that's really cool. Is there any AI or ML component to this?
Hey, this is Todd with All Things Open. Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. We've got a lot of new content coming we think you're going to be interested in. One final favor, be sure to go to allthingsopen.org, allthingsopen.org to see everything that we do. Back to the video.
So there's some. We've done a lot of work lately in Flox to make sure that when you create environments that contain components like PyTorch or diffusers or Llama, that it's accelerated everywhere that you do. So if you look on the flox.dev blog, a couple weeks ago we did a blog post about how to get a RAG stack set up in Flox, and it's one command, because with Flox environments you can have all the packages and all the configuration and startup hooks and service lifecycle. It's all in the Flox environment. So we've done a lot to make it easier to make AI inference workloads more portable, and yeah, I hope that's going to be useful for folks. We're not an AI company, but all the problems that you encounter when you're doing inference and training are exacerbated by environment challenges, and so we're focusing on trying to make it easier for people who do training and inference.
Right on. Well, you're working on some really cool stuff. Ross, thanks for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Perfect.